You're recording, or I'm recording. Hey everyone, and welcome to Chef AJ Live. I'm your host, Chef AJ, and this is where I introduce you to amazing people like you who are doing great things in the world that I think you should know about. My guest today is one of the youngest guests we've had on. She's 17 years old, and she is going to be cooking a delicious recipe for us, and she's going to tell us how eating plant-based has improved her health. Please welcome to the show, Jackie Patereck. It's so nice to meet you.
It's nice to be on the show with you, Chef AJ. We love to watch your show too. So
that is so kind. First thing, I'm a big fan of beautiful backsplashes, and I love the backsplash in your kitchen.
Thank you.
So why would a 17-year-old kid want to be on Chef AJ Live? I bet you have a reason.
It's one of the ways we actually started learning more about this way of eating. And because when I was 12, I was having a lot of seizures, and I wasn't really fully right. So my mom took me to a nutritionist, and we did some tests, and we found out I was allergic to a lot of foods like wheat and soy, and so we got home, and my mom started learning more about this way of eating, and she was like, we should give it a try, it's worth a try to improve your health. And we started learning all this stuff too. It was funny when the world shut down, and that was really when we really got into this way of eating plant-based and eating healthier.
That's incredible. So that's pretty young to learn about healthy eating. What was that like for you? How were you eating before? The standard American diet?
Yeah, the standard American diet. And before we even started eating plant-based, we were actually doing keto, and keto wasn't really making me any better. So then we decided to go plant-based, and the first thing we did was raw vegan.
Where did you guys hear about a plant-based diet? Did you at documentaries? Were you just Googling it?
Yeah, documentaries on YouTube. And Dr. Danny, the nutritionist I was seeing at the beginning, and she told us a little bit about it. And yeah, and I'm allergic to casein.
Casein, well, that's good. I think a lot of people are allergic to dairy and just don't know it. I know I was. Did the doctors ever say the reason they thought you were having seizures?
No, no doctor could really figure out what was wrong with me at the time, and even no neurologist could. And we were just really having a hard time being able to control my seizures at the time, So that was a big issue. We needed a little more of a handle on it because it was very uncontrolled. They were happening practically every day.
That must have been really scary. Have they improved at all since going on a plant-based diet?
Yes, they have. I'm about 95% better now, and it's been amazing, honestly. And it's improved. It's one of the things that improved my health so much, as well as seeing a holistic doctor called Dr. Singer, and he's super nice. He's helped me a lot to get better with my seizures. So
it must be scary. I've never had one. I had a pet once that did, and it must be really scary.
It is. It's half the time I wouldn't even remember what happened, and I would only remember what happened before it,
Because you have seizures, are you able to drive?
Well, no, we haven't. We're hoping one day, maybe I'll be able to, but no.
Yeah. I'm so sorry about that, but I'm glad that they've improved so much.
Yeah, but it's definitely been a lot. better. So that's like, the good thing for me, you
Oh,
know.
so what are you eating now differently than you ate before?
Um, well, at the time, I was eating a lot of junk food, like Lucky Charms, I remember. I loved baby back ribs. I I loved Caesar salad with the shrimp Caesar salad with and I loved like I used to like to put the Romano cheese on top of the Caesar salad, I remember. And it was a lot of unhealthy food, you know.
But it's kind of what everybody eats. You shouldn't feel so bad because that's pretty much what
Yeah.
everybody eats, you know?
Yeah, but like I always kind of had like a feeling in the back of my mind that, also something was like contributing to it, but I was just never sure, honestly, because doctors would say, well, no, that's not what's going on, that's not why you're having seizures. It's not food.
I wonder what one of
So
the I'm guessing that you see a neurologist. Is that the kind of doctor you normally see for this?
that was the doctor that we were seeing at the time, but not anymore. We don't see a neurologist.
I'm
Um,
just curious if there is a plant-based neurologist and what they would say about it.
you know, um, I don't know if there is or not, but I don't know what they say about it either. Maybe they would say like you're eating. That's kind of like what Dr. Singer is in a way, because he's a medium and he like it's like a medium testing with your hand, and like if your body doesn't like something, your hand will go down. It's called muscle testing.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I've heard of that. That's so cool. Well, did you have any friends that were interested in changing their diet when they saw you change yours?
No, unfortunately. Um, Although I think that would have been, well, actually, kind of. Our One of my friends kind of eats healthy and kind of like he doesn't eat gluten. They kind of like eats a little bit similar to us, but not really. They want to see if it'll like eat kind of like eliminating gluten and some other things will improve his health, because he's kind of like me in the sense that I was having trouble in school a lot, and when I was in Vernon, when I was in public school, my I would help him a lot too, with his work.
Did your immediate family change their diet, or were you the only one?
No, that would have, well, yes, my grandmother is like mostly vegetarian. Um, oh, and my dad is vegan too.
That's pretty
And
cool.
my mom too.
Well, that's your immediate family.
Yeah.
Unless you have, I don't know if you have brothers and sisters, but that's a quite a bit right there.
Yeah, sometimes I get my immediate family mixed up with like, like people outside my family.
I can see how that happens. So did you always like to cook? Because I know you've got an apron on, so I know you're going to be cooking for us today.
Um, I well, yeah, kind of. Before we began eating this way, I liked to cook. I would cook eggs, but that was that and salad, and that was all that I knew how to cook. It wasn't until like the world kind of shut down, where my mom, she um pulled me out of like remote school, and I started learning how to cook and like, like life skills kind of.
You know, they don't teach cooking anymore in school, do they? When I was,
No,
this was
at
like,
least not the high school that I was in.
yeah, 50 years ago when I was in junior high, or they call it middle school in some places, we actually had to learn how to cook and how to sew. They called it home economics. And it was actually my favorite class, but I don't think they have it anymore.
Yeah, I don't, it may have been like something like budget cuts,
Yeah,
like where
they
they,
cut all the good stuff, PE, physical
yeah,
education. And yeah, and they left all the classes I hate, like history and math.
yeah.
Nothing fun. So what are you going to cook for us today?
So it's spicy cannellini bean and mushroom chili with quinoa.
That's so funny because I'm making a mushroom chili tonight for dinner. Just coincidentally, it's a different recipe, but that's so funny. We're making the same thing today.
It is pretty funny. I like the mushrooms in there because I think they just taste a little bit like they have like a meaty texture.
They do. That's exactly right. Yeah. Nice. Are you using the Instant Pot by any chance?
No, but I'd like to use it more just because it makes things a lot like come out quicker than like doing the stovetop.
Do you have an Instant Pot?
We do.
Okay.
We do have an Instant Pot. My mom actually got one. We just have to learn how to use it, I think.
Oh, it's not too hard. It's easier than driving a car, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. So I know you've done some prep, which is always, I think, really a good idea anytime you make a recipe.
Yeah, I've prepped some bell pepper, cut up bell peppers. And then I also cut up some onion, some green onion.
Just lower the camera or the computer just a little bit. Yeah, thank you. And always make sure you talk when you're, yeah, because otherwise it goes to me.
Oh.
Yeah, I know that's weird. Like a lot of times chefs will say, and they'll hold it, but they won't talk. And then they're just looking at me. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but I'm pretty excited to make the chili. So yeah, so I'm gonna start by cooking the rice. I like to use the basmati rice, but you could really use whatever rice you want. Even brown rice would probably be good in this recipe too.
I'm so lazy. I just use the microwavable rice from Trader Joe's. And I actually really like it. But I do cook rice too sometimes. Depends. It's like if there's a lot of people, I'll cook it. If it's just me and my husband, most of the time I'll just microwave it.
Yeah, my grandma, I know she likes to do the microwave vegetables once in a while too.
So you're just cooking it on a pot in water, just like the old fashioned way, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, with some water and 3.5. And this is 3.5 cups of water that I'm pouring in. I measured it out a little bit. I measured it out before the show. And over at the sun. Oh yeah. And I'm using saffron to make, and it makes like the rice like a cool color. It makes it like yellow. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, saffron, that's the most expensive spice in the world.
Yeah. But yeah, but it's like very good for my seizures because it's anti-spasmodic.
Did not know that. Interesting.
Yeah, it is really interesting. I didn't know that either actually until
your camera went away. Your camera just turned off.
You know what? It's very, very glitchy.
Yeah, because there we go.
It keeps wanting to start, but it's not.
Because cooking demo doesn't work so good without visual. Oh, I hope she can come back. Ask to start video. Otherwise, what are we going to do here?
Video. I don't know how to, it's not starting the video.
Charles, she lost her camera. Got any advice for us?
You know what? I think it's because I'm using the PC camera. I'm not using like maybe
her video went away in the middle of the show and I don't know how to get her back. I can still see her, but I can't hear her.
She could turn it on and off, maybe?
The computer or the
No,
camera?
no, just the camera.
Can you turn your
The
camera
lower
on?
left-hand corner.
The lower left-hand corner
Picture
of
of a
Zoom,
camera.
there's a picture of a camera and it says stop video. Maybe you could just click that, turn it on and
Sure.
off and see if that helps.
Every time it keeps going to, every time I try to turn it on, it keeps going to that black screen.
It goes to a black screen. Oh, boy.
Hmm.
Technology.
I think it's the PC camera that's why it's, because I'm not doing like a like a camcorder or something like that.
Well, yeah, normally that's what people do is use their computer. Technology won't behave. You're so right.
If she were to log off and on, back on again, would she get into,
If she logs off,
and you lose the?
I don't lose her. I can stay here. She can log off and on.
Back on.
Do you want to try logging on and off? What am I going to do to entertain the troops while you're gone? Sorry, guys. It happens. It would not be live if everything worked. You're right about that.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. My earrings, I don't, okay, so Alyssa, they're from Elspeth Feldman.
Okay, I got the camera back on.
God, hurry up. I can't afford to lose you again. It makes me stressed. Okay, so you're doing these earrings. I can find out Sunday where they came from. The lady that gave them to me will be a guest Sunday at 9. So any new comedy material? Actually, I do have a new set, but you'll have to wait till May 22nd to hear it. So go ahead. You're doing the saffron, which is anti-seizure, which we didn't know. Fabulous.
Yeah, and it's like it makes it taste like really, it gives some flavor, extra flavor to the rice too. And it's really good, yeah. And like besides like what I'm doing here, like I also started, I make my own pickles. So I make like because pickles can be kind of expensive and it's a little bit hard to find a good brand of pickles too. So
Without all the ingredients.
yeah, without some like extra ingredients that you don't really like.
Let's stay focused on the chili. So now you're gonna put the veggies in the chili, right?
Yeah, so now I'm gonna put the bell pepper that I sliced up, my orange bell pepper, and the green onion and the chili, along with the cannellini beans that are already in here. Tomato sauce and meat. You probably use whatever kind of onion you want to.
So you're using what color onion?
Orange bell pepper.
Oh,
Oh, green
bell pepper.
onion.
Green onion and orange bell pepper. Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have any water in your pot?
Yeah, I do. There's tomato sauce and tomato paste.
The cannellini beans, they have a little bit.
And the cannellini beans have a little bit of like water too. So
I did put your recipe in the show notes, but it didn't call. I don't see any water listed. That's why I was asking.
Oh, okay.
The quinoa.
Oh yeah, and the quinoa that we already made.
Did you make up this recipe, Jackie? Because as I'm reading it, it calls for 3 tablespoons of cayenne pepper. That's a lot of hot pepper.
So my mom actually made this recipe, and but we love like spicy stuff. Like we all
Apparently, because I don't think I've ever put more than a half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper in a recipe in my life.
Yeah, some of our friends like to say that we're immune to cayenne.
That's hilarious. Wow, that's amazing.
I'm gonna put the quinoa into the stew.
So what kind of things do you eat for breakfast now? Because you mentioned, it's funny when you mentioned Lucky Charms. Even when I ate Lucky Charms, I only ate the charms. I didn't like the cereal because the cereal part wasn't sweet enough.
Yeah, that was me too. I only liked to eat the charms. I never used to eat the actual like cereal because it was, and I didn't like that.
Because it was basically terrible.
Yeah, I don't know why I liked it, but now we love chia pudding, and make that here and there. And also I love like dried apricots,
Okay,
dried
nice.
mango. So I would say that's probably like my favorite thing to eat for breakfast now.
Nice. Are you in high school now? Do they serve food at high school or do you bring your own? Or are you like homeschool?
So I'm actually not going to like an actual school. I do remote school. So I log on sort of a little bit like this, except it's on an application called Discord.
Okay, well, cool. But then you don't have to worry about your food because it's whatever you make.
Yeah, pretty much. I like that too because it's like you get home cooked meals,
That sounds great.
But next year we're gonna do like a homeschool co-op. So I'm going 2 days a week and then the rest of the week I'm gonna be home. And I'll just have with my workload, whatever I get.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the beans you used, the 3 cups of beans, did you use canned beans or did you cook them in advance?
So we cook them in advance because we don't really like to use canned like stuff. So we usually try to be as like fresh as possible. So we like to get the dried beans and cook them ahead of time.
That's great. Remember to talk or they're going to look at me.
Oh yeah. So like I'm really excited because I've seen like a lot of your videos and you know what? I like a lot the guest that's been on here a couple of times. Her name is Kathy Fisher.
Oh, wow. Oh, she would be very happy to hear that.
Yeah, I love her carrot cake cupcakes
Oh.
and her carrot cake cupcake recipe. I made them into cupcakes and I've also made the cake.
Oh, she's
And
so happy to hear that.
our family loves it.
That's fantastic.
Like even like our family like who isn't vegan, like I've gotten a lot of people saying like this is really good, and also her macaroni style recipe we also make a lot too.
That's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, that was actually how we got started like eating this way because after we did raw for 30 days, we started doing like, incorporating cooked and raw food, so we decided to go like just be vegan, like, like no like raw. But I still like to eat like raw vegetables and stuff like that.
That's great. What's your favorite fruit and what's your favorite vegetable?
I would say my favorite fruit, I really like plums and apples because one of my favorite memories of like apples is I used to go to my nana's. That's what I called her. She was my grandma, but I called her that ever, And I used to love to pick the apples off of her apple tree. And it's one of my favorite memories that I have of being little and, and doing things with with your grandmother.
Yeah, I love my grandma too. Grandmas are the best.
Yeah.
Nothing like them. My mother used to say she had wished she could have just skipped her children and gone right to the grandchildren. Oh,
Oh yeah. So I pre-chopped some garlic already. And it's really important to like mince it because you don't want to, bite into a whole thing of garlic, like a big chunk of garlic.
I agree. I have a little tool. I have a little tool from Tupperware where it minces it really finely.
Oh, yeah, we know that one.
You know about
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
We have one like that, but today I just chopped it up myself. I don't mind like taking the extra time to mince it.
Um,
Did
Oh,
you
yeah.
tell me your favorite fruit, but what's your favorite vegetable?
Oh, bell pepper.
Oh, nice. Well, wait a minute. Bell pepper is technically a fruit because it's got a seed.
Oh
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Got to pick a different one.
I guess cucumber would be considered a
Cucumber's
fruit.
still a fruit. You're picking.
I like celery.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's a vegetable. Good. Nice.
Celery is really good. I love it. And like anything like macaroni salad to potato salad, because it just gives it that like extra crunch.
Yep.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna put in 3 tablespoons of cayenne. And
That is so much cayenne. I cannot.
this spoon doesn't fit into that.
Oh,
You're gonna need like a teaspoon so it'll fit into that.
they're by the.
Oh yeah. So
Oh, Diana wants to know what's your all-time favorite meal?
Oh,
that's a hard one. So you know what? I think that's really hard because I like a lot of things. I really like mashed potatoes though, and I think that would probably be one of my favorite foods.
asparagus.
Yeah, with my mom makes it with asparagus, and she like mixes it all together with an emulsifier.
Ooh,
And
It's really good.
it's really good.
I would never have thought to put those together. That's cool.
Yeah, we've done like a lot of, what's funny is when we started eating this way, we were only eating like salads for the longest time, and cauliflower soup that my mom would make. And she would puree the cauliflower soup and we'd make a salad. But that was what we didn't know like a lot of recipes at the time. That was before we found out about like, watching you and like a lot of other chefs, a lot of other vegan chefs that do the same thing that we do. And that was at the time, that was all my mom thought we could have, So before we found more recipes to actually make.
Before you got Kathy Fisher's book.
Yeah, before we got Kathy Fisher's book. That was really like how we're making more appetizing recipes. And oh yeah, the other night we actually made jalapeno poppers and they were so good. And I made like a fake meat with mushrooms and walnuts, and I put it in the food processor and I mixed it together and it was really good.
Oh, maybe you'll write a cookbook.
Yeah, and then I put cashew cheese on top of the poppers.
Cool.
That was pretty good. I think it would be fun to start like a recipe book one day. I'm not sure when. Because I'd also like to start my own like vegan baking business. one day, hopefully.
Well, maybe you can do both. Healthy cooking for teens, but you're only going to be a teenager like a few more years.
Yeah, which is a little it's a little sad because I don't want to. It's almost like you don't want to grow up. You know what I mean?
I don't blame you at all. So have you ever made this dish in the Instant Pot, and does it take less time or the same amount of time?
We've never made the dish in the Instant Pot before. But I think it would be fun to try it in the Instant Pot sometime. I think it would be, you could probably do the same amounts of like ingredients in the Instant Pot, and I'm sure it would come out just as good as on the stovetop.
I bet. Hey, do you know somebody named Kay Cannellini?
Kay Cannellini.
Or
Yeah, I think it might be my dad's cousin Karen.
Because it sounds like she knows you. Her pickles are fantastic. So said my son. He had some last night. Did you serve some pickles?
Oh, so that's our my dad's cousin Joey. He actually was here last night helping us prepare for the show, and I was like, "Do you like pickles?" Because I made some. He was like, "Yeah, totally," and he had one last night, and he said it was really good, and I was like, "Well, thank you. That's the highest compliment I could receive."
Maybe you'll go into the pickle business.
Yeah, I think it would be fun to maybe like sell some jars, and I actually have like a little sample of
Yeah, show us the pickles. Way healthier than selling Girl Scout cookies. Tish says is the pickle recipe in the show notes? She's fabulous.
Yeah, there's two.
It looks like a real pickle.
Yeah, I've practically devoured them. Because I'm a pickle freak.
That's funny. That'd be a good name for the company, Pickle Freak.
I like that. Yeah.
Hey, so there's a question if you have an air fryer, and if so, what's your favorite thing to cook in it?
So we do have an air fryer. And one of our favorite things I think that we've made in the air fryer is we would get like the little potatoes, like the fingerlings sort of, and we would put them in the air fryer, and they come out pretty good. And I think usually we put them in for like 20 minutes or something like that, and like it's like done, ba-bam. And it's so good,
Yeah. Which air fryer do you have?
old one.
But like I think it's like an older model.
Zenny
It's called Zenny.
NY.
CENY.
Cool. So when you just throw everything in the pot, you just wait. You don't have to stir it. You're just waiting for it to cook, huh?
You want to stir it a little bit too.
Yeah, I probably should stir it so it makes
And
but
then you want to put the lid back on.
yeah. To put the lid back on. But yeah. You pretty much just like put everything in the pot, like the cannellini beans, the onion, the bell pepper, spices like the cayenne pepper, and you would stir everything into the tomato sauce and the tomato paste, and you stir occasionally. That's what I would say.
Do you want to see the end result? Because we have.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And do you serve it over the rice?
Yes.
Yes.
And cashew cheese.
So this is the end result of like the chili itself.
Wait, a little bit lower and talk, okay?
So this is the end result of the chili itself, and this is what it looks like when it's done. And then I'll show you what the saffron rice looks like.
It looks very hearty.
So that's what the saffron rice looks like when it's done.
Well, that looks beautiful.
Yeah, I just love the look of it when it's like of the saffron. It just makes it look pretty, and it's very delicious. One of my favorite ways, just the
Why don't you serve it?
oh yeah, I'll serve it for you now,
But those
so you can
right there.
see how it like looks.
There she is. Good.
Oh, you know, one of my favorite recipes that would probably really good with this, is like I really like your hummus, your pizza hummus recipe that I guess you got from another person.
And that's Sharon Gray's recipe. That's an excellent recipe.
And I've made it a couple times, and it's just super good, you know.
Compared to cashew cheese.
And then
Show her the cashew cheese that you made ahead of time.
so we make like a cashew cheese sauce, which is like cashews, mustard, garlic, lemon juice.
Is that more of a sauce or is it more of like a firm cheese?
It's like a sauce.
But it
Wow.
does get firmer over time.
Yeah, but it does get firmer like in the fridge over time. And it's pretty good.
It looks amazing. Kay Kenning, I hope I'm saying your name right. Kay Kenningglesser says, thank you for having Jackie with a heart. Well, thank you for tuning in and watching her. Maybe we'll do a pickle show.
That would be really fun. But yeah.
She's ready.
A little bit higher, hun, and talk.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you gotta hold, yeah. Wow, that looks like just
So,
smothered in goodness.
yeah, so this is what it looks like when you like serve the chili with the saffron rice. And
Yeah.
it just looks so good with cashew cheese on top. And
I mean, that looks amazing. Amy says, is there a substitute for mushrooms? I don't know of one really, you know? What could you
yeah,
substitute?
I don't know what else you would use.
You know, I don't like mushrooms, but I just eat them because I mean, they say they're good for you. And it's like, I just bite the bullet and eat them. I don't love them, but you know what I do? I find, I love them in the air fryer, but I find like the longer I cook them, the more I'm going to likely eat them, you know? Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a little sign behind you that says homemade. That's nice.
Yeah, I really like that sign too. My mom actually found it, and it went in our kitchen. I was like, I really like it. Like it's fun, and you know, and we do make like practically all of our food every night. Occasionally, we like to go to places that we know are safe for like you know my allergies and stuff like that. And
That's great. Well, you're gonna. Have you ever frozen it?
no, but we were actually talking about maybe freezing it after, like you know, after the show.
Yeah, you should do just a little bit to
keep
see if
it-
it freezes.
Yeah, to keep it like you know, so it'll last longer.
Yeah. Well, that is great. And didn't take very long to come together once you had the stuff chopped up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Well-
like that too. Like it's an easy, quick recipe that you can just make and
Oh man. Do you know Denise Patereck?
yes, that is my aunt.
Nice. She says that you make a mild cashew cheese sauce and a hot one. Both are delicious. You are the hot family, aren't you? You guys really like
We
your
are. I yes, I made one that's not spicy and one that's spicy when we have parties because I know some people don't like prefer it not to be spicy, and some people like spicy, you know?
Well, that's nice of you to accommodate everyone. I'm kind of right in the middle. So if I did your recipe, I'd probably do like only I don't even know if I'd do a whole tablespoon of cayenne, to be honest. I mean, I've never seen a recipe with that much. That's so good. Camille
Yeah.
says, your food looks so good and you're so sweet. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you.
Yeah, that's so nice. Oh boy. Well, this has been a lot of fun, and I wish you every success with your continued journey on healing. And it sounds like you're doing really well.
Yeah, I have been doing really well, and I, you know, like I try to be as positive as I can, and you know.
Well, it makes a difference, and maybe you'll inspire some other kids, not necessarily even if they have seizures, but just maybe to eat healthier and to start younger. Because
Yeah.
I tell you, the longer you wait to try to eat healthy, the harder it is, because you know, you develop those tastes.
Yeah, it's really true. And like even like, you know, like transitioning from like this way of eating to, you know, what I was eating before, the standard American diet. It was kind of hard, you know, because most 17-year-olds don't, you know, eat this way, and I really like a lot of processed food too, you know.
Yeah, well, they made it so you'd like it. They made it so all of us would like it.
Yeah, that's true though. Yeah,
Yeah.
they make it so you like it with artificial flavors, and yeah.
That stuff. Do you have any pets, Jackie?
I do. My dog, she was actually barking before the show. Like nutty, like the crazy dog that she is.
That's okay. Great. Well, maybe you'll come back sometime and teach us how to make pickles and cashew cheese.
Yeah, that would be fun. I'd really like that a lot.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for reaching out to me to come on. I guess it was your mom who did, so thanks, Mom.
Yes,
You're welcome.
my mom reached out to you, and you know, it was funny. My dad was like, he was like, well, maybe, you know, she might respond, but maybe not, you know.
We try to respond to everything that comes into our website. I mean, so if we don't, we probably didn't get it, because we get a lot of contacts, but yours was real special. So we're so happy that we were able to connect with you.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice.
You're so welcome. And I don't know if you're on, do you have a blog or social media if people wanted to connect or follow?
So my mom is on like a plant-based page on Facebook, so you could probably. Oh yeah, that's my mom's page for me.
What's it called?
2 plant-based chicas.
Okay,
Right.
let me, is it, do you spell out the word two?
It's the number 2.
It's the number 2. And plant-based chicas.
Let's see if I find it. If I can find it, I'll put it in the show notes. 2 plant-based, Chica, CHICAS. I'm not finding it.
Yeah.
CHIC. It might be apostrophe S.
Okay, I'm not finding. Maybe you guys can just email it to me and I'll put it in the show notes in case people want to find you.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Okay, and thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. It was fun.
Yeah, same here. Thanks so much, Jackie and Joanne. And thanks all of you for watching another episode of Chef AJ Live. Please come back tomorrow when we have another fabulous culinary demo with Marley McMillan, and she's going to be making she's going to be making desserts. You would probably like it tomorrow, Jackie. It's like carrot cake ball. I don't know, some kind of truffles. Like she has 3 flavors, and it just sounded really good.
That does sound really good. I like to make vegan desserts too. It's super fun and easy.
Me too. Well, I'm going to tell Kathy Fisher you like her carrot cake.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Thanks again, Jackie. Bye-bye.